politicking, probably in a section where you're not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the realest could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt. You gotta pay money to get surround. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner, get to you speedy.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. This defense for the Jets, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, here's Breida. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Out to his left. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. On play action, Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Allen flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Three and a half to go, first quarter. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On second down, right back to Hines. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. A first half update now from Philadelphia. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And he fires one incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, struck up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second start.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing is Allen on third. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there for the Bills.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wilson. He'll check this down to Hines. He finds some open field here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. Right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Here's Hines. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The first carry for Josh Adams. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On third down, Hines. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Hines. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the left side. It's Hines. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They begin the drive with Hines. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Second and 10. Now a give to Breida. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a toss right side for Breida. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing now is Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
119 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Hines. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now a give, right side. It's Hines. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action with Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. He's got room to run past the 20. A solid stiff arm. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play here for Buffalo. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Here's Breida. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, right side, it's Adams. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, it's Hines, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Jets on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and into new territory. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on second down. They'll try the left side. Hines, and a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a give right side. It's Hines, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now.
Here we go. Set.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth down. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the fourth down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing on first down is Allen. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Allen forced out to his left. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Allen, got to have this one. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now it's Breida. Space to run past the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They run with Breida. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Going to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Rolling to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Play action. Now Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check nickel, nickel. No team spill. Alert. 22 check bomber. 22 check bomber.
On first down, Hines. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run again with Hines. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. H3-2-18. Chopper, chopper. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the first down if they can. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. 45.
Throwing now is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.